My dear child, I want you to hear me, not with your physical ears but with the ears of your spirit. What I'm about to say goes deeper than your emotions, further than your recent experiences, and beyond the boundaries of your reasoning. You've come to the limits of your own strength. And that is precisely where I've been waiting for you. Not to see you broken or weary, but because there are parts of your soul that only awaken when you come to the end of yourself. You've been through times that tried to strangle your faith, seasons that drained you. You've suffered losses you no longer speak of. You've watched others seem to advance while your doors stayed closed. You've wrestled with prayers that felt ignored, obedience that echoed into silence. And yet, hear me now, drenched in the fullness of my love and power. I am about to do what only I can do. This hasn't been punishment, it's been preparation. You thought I was far, but I was closer than ever. The silence wasn't abandonment, it was divine strategy. I was working behind the scenes, crafting what you could not see, arranging what would soon unfold before your eyes. I've seen every moment where you chose me even when it hurt. When others gave up, you pressed in. When your heart was unsure, you still lifted your hands in worship. You asked, "Will I ever see my breakthrough?" And I didn't turn from your pain, I leaned in. You caught my attention, not through perfection but through your perseverance. You stayed when it would have been easier to run. You wept but you still believed. You felt crushed but you kept the connection alive. You prayed again even when the last answer disappointed you. And that, yes, that is faith that moves mountains. I am the God who sees what others overlook. I saw when you encouraged someone while bleeding inside. When you gave sacrificially though you lacked surplus. When you forgave without apology. When you let me soften your heart, though bitterness would have been easier. That kind of faith is a treasure to me. And I never ignore that kind of offering. Heaven is moving. I am unlocking the vault of blessings I've kept hidden for this appointed time. You're standing at a divine crossroads where your past collides with your purpose, where your yes meets my outpouring. I'm not just offering temporary comfort, I'm bringing transformation. I'm not only shifting your surroundings, I'm reshaping you. There are aspects of me you could only grasp through waiting. You've stepped into a maturity that allows you to carry my nature, not just as a story you've heard, but as a truth you've lived. Now, I declare resurrection over what seemed beyond hope. I command movement where things have long been stuck. I speak light into your confusion. The weight that's hung over your spirit is being lifted, not because everything is perfect, but because my presence is invading your atmosphere. You're awakening. That fire within you, the one that felt like mere embers, is catching flame again. Not a fleeting spark, but a steady burn only I can sustain. And as this fire grows within you, I am orchestrating a shift around you to match what's being ignited inside. Don't be startled by sudden changes. Some people will exit your life. Let them go. Some plans will unravel, release them. I am removing what no longer aligns, not to punish you, but to clear space for the divine alignment I've prepared. You don't need to grasp tightly what I am removing. What's ahead requires new capacity, a renewed mind, a fresh container for the outpouring I'm bringing. I'm not asking you to figure it all out. I'm asking you to follow me, moment by moment, step by step, with complete surrender and confident expectation. That impossible dream you've only whispered in secret prayers, I've heard it. That vision you buried because it hurt too much to hope, I haven't forgotten. That ache for more, for justice, healing, impact, it matters deeply to me. I have not overlooked a single tear or dismissed a single desire. I've held them safely within the vault of my perfect timing. Now hear me again, I'm stepping in to do what only I can do. Not because you've earned it, but because I am faithful. Not because you've done everything right, but because you belong to me. Not because the conditions make sense, but because I transcend conditions. What's impossible to others is natural for me. You've watched me work wonders for others. Now it's your time. You'll see doors swing open that once seemed sealed forever. You'll experience favor in places where rejection once echoed. You'll walk in peace that confounds human logic. You'll rise, not through performance but through purpose. And everything I unfold from this moment on will carry one signature. Only God could have done this, because I will receive the glory. And you, my child, will walk in the fulfillment of promises you once dared only to hope for. My beloved, I see beyond what others see. I look past your accolades and roles, beyond what you manage to present. I see the core of you, the layers you hide, the weight you carry when no one else is watching. I know the difference between your real smile and your protective one. I know when your hopeful words mask silent fears. I know when you preach faith to others while wrestling with doubt in your own heart. And yet I do not recoil. I come closer. I'm not intimidated by your questions. I'm not alarmed by your humanity. I see it all and I stay. That is my love. It doesn't withdraw at the sight of struggle. It steps in. It embraces your weakness and gently begins to transform it. You may believe your flaws disqualify you, but listen, my calling isn't fragile. My promises aren't built on your perfection. They're rooted in my unchanging nature. I chose you knowing the entire journey. I called you not because of what you could achieve, but because of what I've placed within you, before you ever failed, before the doubt, before the weariness. And I haven't changed my mind. You haven't missed your window. You haven't failed too greatly. You haven't outrun grace. My hand is still over your life, and my desire for intimacy with you has never faded. Even when you've pulled back, I've leaned in. I've been with you in every quiet, lonely hour, in every battle of the mind, in every uncertain moment. I'm not a distant God. I am deeply near. Even in the places you've tried to shield from me, I've been right there. Nothing about you makes me hesitate. No mistake intimidates me. I'm not standing far off waiting for you to perfect yourself. I'm inviting you closer, now just as you are, right in the middle of the questions and mess. You don't need to pretend with me. You don't need to perform. I know you fully, and I still love you completely. I proved that love on the cross, and I prove it again each day by remaining faithful, patient, and close. My love doesn't shift with your mood or change with your progress. It remains steady. And that steady love is calling you now to come closer. I'm calling you not to strive harder, not to wear yourself out trying to impress me, but to draw near again, to be present with me. I don't want your burnout. I don't need your performance. I want your heart, whole, honest, and surrendered. You were never created to earn what I freely give. You were never designed to carry the burden of your calling alone. I see how heavy it's been. I see how long you've held on, carrying fear, shame, self-doubt like invisible weights. I've watched how you've silently compared yourself, silently questioned your value, silently struggled to believe you're enough. You've tried to maintain the image, to hold it all together, to fix, to lead, to keep moving, while inside your soul has been aching. But I'm not standing here asking you for more effort. I'm not demanding more strength from you. I'm offering rest. I'm offering a place to breathe again. A place where you don't have to measure up. Where you can drop the pressure. Where you can come back to the core of who you are, my beloved, chosen, and known. Let me be the one who defines you again. Let me carry the things that have weighed you down for far too long. Let me speak identity where fear has screamed lies. Let me wash away the pressure to always be strong, to always have the answers, to always keep going no matter the cost. That pressure did not come from me. I never asked you to carry life's weight in your own strength. I called you to dwell in my presence, not to perform in your own power. So come back to communion, back to the place where my peace becomes your anchor again, where my voice becomes louder than all the chaos around you, where my presence heals what striving never could. I know the storm that's raged inside you. I know the confusion, the disappointment, the questions left unanswered. But I also know what I've placed inside you, and I haven't changed my mind about any of it. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not lost in the shuffle. You are exactly where I need you to be for this awakening, for this unveiling of what I've long prepared in the hidden places of your soul. So breathe. Be still. Let the weight fall off. You haven't missed me. You haven't messed this up beyond repair. You are not disqualified. You are mine. And I'm still writing your story with the same care, the same passion, and the same promise I held from the beginning. Your delays have not discouraged me. Your detours haven't disoriented me. I am the author, and I'm not finished. I'm not done with the design I started in you. I'm drawing you in, not to overwhelm you, but to restore you. Come back to me. Sit with me. Let me remind you who you are, who you've always been to me. Let me speak to the places you've silenced, the hopes you've buried, the dreams you were afraid to revisit. Let me show you what's next, not a list of tasks but a path of intimacy. Not a set of expectations but a flow of grace. You were never meant to bear this alone. Not the pressure, not the calling, not the weight of being everything to everyone. I am here and I have always been. Let me carry what you've been holding too tightly. Let me speak peace to the anxiety that's become a background noise in your life. Let me lead you into the rhythm of grace, into the simplicity of just being with me again. This is not a call to perform. This is a call to come home. And when you do, I will meet you, not with judgment but with mercy. Not with a list of corrections but with arms of restoration. I will meet you with a love that heals every fracture, a love that enters every shadow and brings light, a love that does not leave you the same. Yes, even now. Even after all the confusion, all the stops and starts, all the tears and questions, I am still here. My arms are still open. My plans are still good. My love is still transforming. My promises are still alive. You haven't outgrown grace. You haven't failed your way out of my will. You haven't walked too far. You haven't gone too deep into despair for me to reach you. I know exactly where you are and I know exactly how to lead you forward. You're not standing at the end. You're standing at a holy threshold. What I've been building in the background is about to rise into the foreground. What I've been forming in secret will now be revealed with glory. You've been through the fire, but the fire has not destroyed you. It has refined you. I know the pain you've carried, and now I need to speak directly to it. Yes, I've seen the ache that never fully left, the wound that numbed parts of your joy, the silent grief, the hidden fear, the questions no one else could answer. I saw the moment you almost gave up. I heard the cry that no one else did, and I never turned away. I've cradled your tears in my hands. I've held your breaking heart in my presence. And though others didn't see the depth of what you faced, I did. I've been healing what you couldn't put into words. I've been rebuilding what was shattered. I've been restoring what you thought would never breathe again. You thought the pain was proof that I had forgotten you, but it was actually the doorway to deeper intimacy. It was the space where I met you, not just as a savior but as a comforter, not just as a provider but as a healer. And now I am redeeming every part of that pain. Nothing is wasted. I will use it. I will use the heartbreak. I will use the waiting. I will use the losses. I will use the nights you cried until there were no tears left. I will use it all, not just for your restoration but for the release of others. Your healing will become a river. Your testimony will become a torch. And you, yes you, will walk in the fullness of everything I promised. Not one word has fallen to the ground. Not one sentence of my script for your life has been erased. I am still the author, and I am still writing. So walk forward now, not in fear but in faith, not in weariness but in wonder, not in defeat but in the power of knowing you are held, chosen, covered, and deeply, irrevocably loved. This is the moment your heart remembers. This is the turning point. This is not the end. This is your becoming. Welcome to the unveiling of everything I've placed within you. You are mine, and I'm not letting go.